Oh my goodness. What an amazing sky. I had to stop. It's so, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is so hard to believe, but September is almost over. All of the warm golden colors are starting to pop out here in the Hudson Valley. Like so many places here in the US, here in the Hudson Valley, we've had a really dry summer. And so back in August, the leaves kind of all turned yellow and dropped away. So it's pretty green here now. But thanks to a lot of rain the last few weeks, we just might have a beautiful fall. I'm looking forward to seeing the reds start to pop out here in the yard. They're just starting to peek out now. As is usual for September around here, it's pretty chilly at night. Nice and warm during the day, but at night it's now too cold for my plants that I had in my outdoor plant hospital. I kept them out there all summer because they were healing up from last winter being chilly in the cottage, but they've definitely healed. But now I've had to bring them back in for another tough winter indoors. Hopefully they'll be able to manage. I do have a problem with this guy though. He is huge now, so he doesn't quite fit in the house, but we'll manage. I am a portrait, wedding, and commercial photographer, and fall is my absolute busiest season of the year. I probably photograph more people in fall than the rest of the whole year. So most days you'll find me driving around the Hudson Valley, enjoying how beautiful it is. But I'm always reminded that this is also one of my favorite seasons, and I can't let work take over. I have to constantly remind myself that I need to stop and just enjoy and look at all the beautiful things around me. Because they're there, even though I might be tired, they're there, and I have to appreciate them because with the blink of an eye, it's going to be winter. I've learned over the years that I have to remember to slow down and really enjoy this season. And that might mean taking fewer clients, but it's really important for me. Things like just sitting out in the garden and having coffee, being able to stop when I see something beautiful and really tune into it. That means so much because I've spent many years not doing that. And then it's winter and I'm inside, and I just wish with all my heart that I had been able to really enjoy the fall. So that is definitely my goal for this year. Every year I'm trying to get better and better at learning this balancing act because for me as a self-employed person, fall is my best time of year to make money. Winter is my worst time of year to make money. So I really do need to make that money in the fall so that Charlie and I have heat and food to eat all winter long. But yet I don't want to just work away the season either. So every single year I struggle to find that balance, and just things like, is it worth it to take an afternoon to wander around in the path up behind the cottage? Is that more important than making money for the winter? It's a hard balance because as a creative, I also need to maintain my creativity. And the faster I burn myself out, the less I'm able to do good work for clients. So sometimes, yes, wandering through the pathway is actually more important than booking a job with a client in that moment to maintain my sanity, my creativity, and to be able to really enjoy this season. Isn't this the most beautiful waterfall? Now you might think that I hiked miles and miles to get to it, but here in the Hudson Valley, beautiful gems like this are everywhere. So the other day I went for a photo shoot in a city and I knew about this place because this waterfall is only like a 1-minute walk off of a main road. So I purposely said to myself, okay, you have to have time. You just have to make the time to go there after the photo shoot. And thankfully I was able to time it where I got there right as the sun was going down, and it was just so peaceful and beautiful. I came here before in the summer and it was completely dry. There was actually no water coming down this little waterfall. And actually it's still pretty light. There's usually more water than this coming down. But since we're coming off of such a dry summer, I was just happy to find this little bit of water and just to spend, I think maybe 15 minutes I was here. But that was all it took to just really fill me back up and make me feel happy and grateful and just so at peace looking at all of the beauty around me. I wanted to say really quickly a Charlie update. A lot of people asked in the comments how he was doing from my last video, my little cottage tour, which thank you so much for watching my cottage tour and for all the kind comments. I really appreciate it. Charlie is like so many dogs. He loves to eat everything he can get his little mouth onto. And it's so much better than when he was a baby. He's 1.5 years now. But when he was a baby, it was incredible. I actually thought he maybe had pica because like he just would eat anything and I couldn't stop him. Well, I tried. I tried to stop him, but it was really hard. So now as a big 1.5-year-old boy, he still tries to get things, to sneak things by me. But for the most part, we're getting there. And he's pretty good with drop it when I catch him. But still, sometimes things sneak by me and he doesn't feel good. So he's feeling much better. So thank you so much for asking. And I just really appreciate how the comments are always so kind and warm, and it just feels like a community of people who would all want to be friends if they knew each other in person. So many people who kind of share a lot of similarities in life, similar interests, interest in slower living, interest in just kindness and goodness and gratitude. So I have been thoroughly enjoying reading the comments. I feel like in my little videos, I share like a tiny little piece of me each time, tiny little story. And I'm so grateful for comments that do the same thing, where people share, their little story too. And I think that's just really special to get to read those comments. And I think it's probably special, not just for me reading them, but I think for anybody who might go through and read them. I think it's very special. So I thank you. And I also would love to know in the comments what you're grateful for this fall, what you've been finding so far this season. And I know it's not fall for everybody in the world at the moment. It's spring for some people, but just what one beautiful thing you found this week that you're extra grateful for, whether it's in nature or, elsewhere. But it's always nice to just read people's thoughts on gratitude and to see what they're grateful for in their life at that moment. It can be so encouraging for all of us. So I would love to see that comment below, and I'm sure everybody would love to see that comment. So again, thank you so much for watching. It's still very odd for me. Maybe I'll get used to it, but it's still very odd for me to even know that there are people watching, but I'm working on it. So thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful week.